So geography is everywhere. And no matter where you go to in the world, you surely have land, air, and water. And if you use Google Maps very well, maybe if you are driving or if you're walking or whatever, they will tell you that the broken down truck was reported here 12 minutes ago. Is the truck still there? Someone reported that truck. Now, Google Earth is more advanced than Google Maps. For example, this building that we're in, with Google Earth, you can see a live image of this building. Getting a live image of this particular building at this particular point in time is possible, but it cannot be possible to you. It's like, for example, now, this place is whatever number, whatever street. It is a particular value that has been given to this building. The slight issue that might exist with this number being given to this building is that there might be somewhere where there's this particular street
With the name.
with the same number and the same everything. But the thing with coordinates and southwest and southeast is that there's only going to be one place that is that location.
What are coordinates?
I'm a fashion designer, tailor, and stylist. But whilst I was in school, I studied geography. And the unique thing about geography as a social science is that it sort of talks into certain elements and the interaction with humans on our everyday life. So geography is one of those subjects. Every social science subject is talking about human interactions with certain variables.
Yeah, like economics and
You understand? Economics is talking about sort of like the finances and the commerce of a place and its interaction with commerce and what these processes come up with. Philosophy is talking about psychology rather. It's talking about, mental interaction and all of that. Social works. All of these things are just talking about human interactions with a particular variable or the other.
in the average mind of a person, we see geography as a subject we learned in secondary school. And it's one of those things that after secondary school, it doesn't really come up in conversation. The use and the utility of the knowledge doesn't come up at all. What are the things you can remind us of, or that we see, but it goes over our head that this is geography?
Okay, so geography looks to answer 5 major questions: the what, the where, the why, the how, and the when. And those 5 questions are the most important questions when it comes to inquisitions. Now, while we're talking to forgotten his name, the data analyst expert and all of that, it was talking about data. These questions are how you can get your data. And if you understand me, if you're trying to study a particular phenomenon, if you're trying to study a particular process, you need to know what's the process you're studying. For example, let's say I'm studying birth rates in a particular area. That's the process. Now, where am I studying birth rates? Birth rates in Ojodu LCDA. You understand?
Yeah.
Then how does birth rate occur in Ojodu LCDA? I don't know if you understand. Like, what's the form of birth? How does it occur? Now, from these birth rates and getting all of this data, you can now answer several questions like mortality rates, child mortality rates, and then now look into the efficiency of the medicine of a place, of the healthcare of a place. No, it's medicine. I don't know if you understand. So geography is everywhere. It's like I said, social sciences is talking about human interactions with certain elements. And no matter where you go to in the world, you surely have land, air, and water. And if you understand. So that's basically what geography is: the atmosphere, the hydrosphere, the lithosphere. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah, and our interaction with
our interactions with all of these spheres and what these interactions, the processes that the birds.
What does it now create?
Yes, what these processes create.
So, with utility, we are talking the other day and we are talking about how the knowledge of geography can help you decide the, perfect locations for certain things based on your knowledge of the environment. It could be the atmosphere, it could be the topography, but it could also be the environment and the things that are physically around, like urban planning, urban and individual planning. How does that explain on how it does that?
So there are 3 aspects of geography, if I remember right. There's physical geography, there is human geography, and there's the technical geography. Now, physical geography is talking about physical processes such as climate, hydrology, um, uh,
Rain, erosion,
geomorphology, erosion, all of those things, blah, blah, blah.
the big technical terms. But are you talking about like things like rain, erosion?
Yes, things that occur naturally, that occur physically, that you can see, that you can touch, processes like that.
Yeah.
Understand? Erosion, volcano eruption, all of those things. Then when you now go into human geography, you're talking about processes that you might not be able to see, that might not be able to define or touch. Like, for example, transportation. You can see transportation happening, but transportation is a process that is somewhat abstract in a way or another. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but transportation is even an human-made process. I don't know if you understand. The process of transportation is man-made. It is not a natural occurring process. Natural occurring processes are processes that don't even need humans to function. Like rain, whether human beings are there or not, rain will fall, sun will shine. I don't know if you understand. But when you now start to put the human effect on things, now we met land. Whenever humans started to exist, there was land. We thought, what could we do with this land? We started farming. Farming is an human process. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah.
From farming, we moved to we started having migration. I don't know if you understand. People started moving from one place to another, and then you now have to start moving goods and services and even humans from this place to the other place. Transportation started. I don't know if you understand. So that's the human geography aspect. Then you have the technical geography. The technical geography is what some people are mostly familiar with. It deals with map reading, digitizing of maps, all of that. Now, when it comes to situating a particular building or a particular process in a particular location, that's what technical geography can help with. Like, for example, now, when you look at the basics of economics, of production, sorry, when you want to go for production, there are certain variables that you need to look at. I don't know if you understand. Your closeness to your raw material, your closeness to labor, your closeness to your final consumer, and your market, your closeness to market. So now, geography in a way can study certain variables and create key elements for these variables and tell you that, okay, if you are looking for a place that is closest to your raw materials, closest to your labor, closest to your markets, this is the prime location for you based on what you want to produce. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So it sort of like creates the data analyst was saying, it creates data for you to plan, for you to decide on what you want to do. It's called geography and planning. I don't know if you understand. So it helps gives you information for you to plan, for you to do things that you need to do. The everyday Google Maps that we use is based on technical geography.
Based on basic geography.
It's based on remote sensing. We've been able to capture the Earth efficiently to an extent that if you are in XYZ place, you now have data about that place. It is not data that just appeared out of nowhere. It is because someone has captured that data. If you are using your Google Maps, sometimes you would see a particular feature that comes up that says a broken down truck was reported in this place 12 minutes ago. Is the truck still there? I don't know if you understand. You might see, if you use Google Maps very well, maybe if you are driving or if you're walking or whatever, they will tell you that the broken down truck was reported here 12 minutes ago. Is the truck still there? Someone reported that truck. You understand? That's data that has been imputed. I don't know if you get.
That's a very impressive feature, because this way you don't need staff of a certain company to come and collect data and upload for it.
Yes,
will help each other.
That's what people do. Understand? Now, even it has gotten so advanced that if there are certain places, maybe there are certain roads that at a particular time they will be locked. You understand? There are features that allows you to put this information into the database, into Google Maps, into whatever maps feature you are using. I don't know if you understand. But what they would do is that they won't put it off as something they're certain about. We'll put it as a suggestion. Likelihood for this place to not be available. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah.
So find alternative routes, advice. But they're not going to put it that it's going to be closed, because they themselves, they've not ascertained that it's going to be closed. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So geography is all around us. If you look by your left, if you look by your right,
Is there this thing that you said that it's opened my eye to something? Is there any feature that you think in the navigation apps we use that we probably are overlooking or don't know about? Because for certain people like myself, I only use Google Maps to find my way somewhere. The surveys and the other things do not really appeal to.
I mean, it's if you there's Google Earth. Now Google Earth is more advanced than Google Maps. Google Earth, for example, this building that we're in with Google Earth, if you know the precise number and location of this building, longitude and latitude wise, you can see an image of this building. I don't know if you understand. Right now, a live image of this building.
Oh,
you can see it. Yes.
Google Earth is live.
Yes.
It's live feed basically of the world.
Yes. So it can give you a live image of this building right now.
Let me understand it. If I leave this door, Google, when I go outside and I Google Earth, I would see.
Yes, but you might not see yourself like.
So maybe it's not real time.
You understand?
It's on delay, but
you would see
back.
Yes, and the way it works is that Google has satellites, remote sensing. So they've used these satellites to be able to capture different angles of the world. I don't know if you understand. As far as like I said, you know the location of these places, but obviously, the accuracy and the efficiency of it differs from there are places that you cannot have access to.
Could that be because these satellites are in orbit, and because they are in orbit, they are taking captures in time, but then the world is spinning. So maybe the capture that was taken of this place by the satellite that was taking that capture took it 5 minutes ago. I will spin. So if I use Google Earth, I will get something recent, but I will get the one that was taken by the last satellite that took it, which is like 5 minutes.
It's not necessarily that. It is more of data is expensive. I don't understand. Data on its phone. I'm not talking about like mobile data and the data that would run on phone. Data information is expensive. Companies, institutions. I don't know if you've seen this thing about how does Google make money? Google itself, most of Google's services are free. Google Map is free. Google itself, the what they call this thing, the search engine is free. How do they make money? They make money by selling data of certain of users to certain companies. I don't know if you understand. So this data that they're selling to these companies is obviously useful to these companies. That's why they are getting it. What I'm trying to say is like, if getting a live image of this particular building at this particular point in time is possible, but it cannot be possible to you. I don't know if you understand me. It cannot be possible to you because you don't have the finances, you don't have the access to such data.
Yeah.
I don't know if you understand.
Not the clearance.
You don't have the access to it, basically. Understand? But it is possible. It's possible for you to get a live image, to the second live image, accurate image of this place.
Shoot you.
No. The future is obviously not possible. But like to the set, like they are seeing it as it's happening.
Yeah.
But obviously it can't be accessible to everybody. It is now for like a specialized. I don't know if you get what I mean.
Yeah. That's amazing. So you said something about if I have the coordinates. What are coordinates? We hear it in movies and it's not easy when you're talking about it.
So you're seated to this is my north, this is my south, this is my west, this is my east.
Left is west.
Yes, my left is west and my right is east, and this is my north, this is my south. So as we are seated now, you're seated to my west. I am relating your distance to myself. So now your distance in relation to the camera is probably southwest. You're somewhere along the south.
Yeah, it's kind of northeast. Because this is the east.
Okay, the camera is facing us. So this is the north.
Your south.
Yeah, I am looking, and now I am judging the camera location based on me.
Yeah.
I don't even understand that me now, the way I'm looking at it, the camera is also facing this way, but the camera is facing us. So obviously, yes, you are right. Is on your northeast. But if I was looking based on the camera was facing my own direction, is on your southwest. So location or direction or whatever is relative to something. I don't even understand. If you want to use a compass, they have a true north. Understand? The red line has to align to the true north for you to know where you are going to. There's only one north because it's like I said, that is relative to the equator. There's something that it is relative to. I don't even understand. So coordinates is now given a particular, it's just like a is a measuring value to location. I don't know if you understand. It's a way to measure location. I don't know if you get me. So you can use longitude and latitude. You can use southwest, you can use southeast, you can use a particular degree southeast. You can even use minutes and seconds. I don't know if you understand. So it just depends on, it's like, for example, now, this place is whatever number, whatever street, whatever.
Yeah.
It is a particular value that has been given to this building. I don't know if you understand.
In it,
The-
okay, go.
So the slight issue that might exist with this number being given to this building is that there might be somewhere, especially in this Lagos, where there's this particular street
With the name.
with the same number and the same everything. It's a different, it might even be several kilometers away, several miles away. I don't know if you understand. But the thing with longitude and latitude and coordinates and southwest and southeast is that there's only going to be one place that is that location that has that value. You're not going to find another place with that value. And if you understand me. So it is, location is always relative. I don't know if you understand. So coordinates just try to measure. There are different it's like when I was telling you about time. Time to that different time, what's it called now? Time zones. I don't know if you understand. There's GMT, there's IST. So depending on what you're using, depending on the location you're in, you will now have GMT plus 1, GMT minus 1, GMT plus 2, GMT, all of that. The reason why you have to have that particular sort of like unifier is that it just makes sense to calculate time from that.
So I want us to calculate the coordinates as it is. Describe it from the perspective of, let me try and describe coordinates, see if this makes sense as a basic definition. So a coordinate is the latitude and the
It
longitude.
doesn't have to be latitude or longitude.
But does that qualify as
yes, they are different.
So it qualifies as well.
Yes.
I just want to get one idea that one person can grasp and say, okay, and let it be the only thing they know.
Yeah.
You understand? So it could be, the coordinate of a place could be the longitude and latitude of a place, which is relative to the equator, right? So in relation to the equator, longitude and latitude of a place in relation to the equator. All right. So how do we use the coordinates of a place to find it? Say you don't have any apps now, you have a compass.
Now you now have to change that. Using a compass is very dicey because a compass only has how many? It goes 360, and then the angles are very, very, very limited.
So the readings are from what, 0 to 360?
Yes.
Okay.
So it goes 0, 90, 180, 270, 360. You understand? So now that those angles too are also north, east, south,
yeah,
and west. I don't know if you understand. So if you're not saying a particular degree, if you say, for example, if you say anything from 0 to 90 degrees, you already know that it's within northeast. I don't know if you understand. But because of the limit, how would I put it? Is it limitless or what's the word? Or using a compass is very limited.
Okay.
And you have to be very, 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 very technically astounded to be able to like
read it. Assuming that a compass is, I'm saying assuming, that's what you just said. It has a red line that should be on true north, right? Whenever I'm making a reading or trying to get something accurate. And then it is reading round to 360 degrees. So the figures in longitude and latitude, are they in degrees?
The longitude and latitude is a different metric.
It's a different metric that you have to convert to degrees if you want to use this in in a compass.
Yes.
So if I have the longitude and latitude and I convert it to degrees, what would it give me as an end result? Is it two different numbers, or what would it give me?
It should give you a particular a number degrees south, west, or northeast, or north west, or all of that.
Okay, of my current location.
Yes.
So if I have the longitude,
not of your current location, it is not. You are not the determiner of the degree. I don't know if you understand me. When I am here now, if I am standing here, I am standing here. If there's a particular place that is so and so latitude, it is me that will work with the location of the place, not the location of the place working based on me. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Like, that's why there's a true north. The true north is never going to change.
Basically, that's what I'm looking for, guidelines, in the sense that if you have the degree of a location, we are both in this studio. But say we are trying to get to your house and all we have is the coordinates of a house, but we have converted the coordinates to degree and we have a compass. What are the things that we need to find to know to try and get to your house? We have the degree, we have a compass.
There's a red line on the compass, like I said. That red line is facing true north. So now what happens is that there is a particular arrow. You have to make sure that wherever you are facing the compass, the arrow is facing that red line. Once that arrow is facing that red line, that means you are facing the true north. You get me? So once you are facing the true north, now you are not able to navigate, okay, we are going this way, or we are going that way, or we are going back, or we are going forward, or we are going right.
Let me see if I can describe this right. Say your house converted is, give me an example in degrees.
It's like 30 degrees northeast.
30 degrees northeast. Fine. So now I have a compass. I'll put the compass on true north. And I'm saying if I'm trying to get to KO's house, I have to find my way to 30 degrees northeast to get to KO's house. So I put it on true north, and 30 degrees northeast is this way. It means I have to start moving this way in any direction. If there's no road, whatever I'm doing.
That's why I'm talking about how limited a compass is. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah.
Now, when compasses were still,
Just let me know, is it correct? Yes. So that would mean that your house is this way.
Yes, your house is this way. But now this way is so
ambiguous.
You understand? So that's what I'm saying. Like the use of a compass is very limited.
It is old technology.
Yes, you understand. So it is very limited. But also the thing about it is that there's usually going to be roads and walkways that lead to a particular path. I don't know if you understand. Especially if you are walking in a bush or a forest, but there's going to be, I don't know if you understand. Yeah. So it's likely that if I am here and then I'm supposed to go this way, the nearest road to this direction is probably where I'm supposed to follow. Probably.
Yeah.
There's no assuredness of it. I don't even understand. Yeah. But it's very limited in its use.
Yeah, but if you walk around, say, okay, and now I know that the general direction of your house is this way, but I have to go out the gate and follow the road, right? But then since I know that the general direction is this way, when I've done all this movement, and, turned left a lot because I know I turned right to first get out of this place, I can now look at my map again and go through north and say, what is this degree northeast?
So it's like I said, the location of a place is not relative to, it's true to where. Now the thing about what's it called now? The thing about where you are now is that if I am supposed to go, how do I put it now? If they say this place is the way they used to do it then, back then, is that they will say this place is south of this particular location. You understand? Now, because it's south of this particular location now, you have to make sure that you are following the direction based on where you've left. Understand? But if you've converted longitude and latitude into south, and then obviously it is true to,
and we are using
wherever you are, you understand? As far as you are using your true north and you're ensuring that your compass reading is accurate, you just have to keep on following. I know that when compasses were used, we don't have as much buildings as we do now. And most of our settlements are dispersed. You understand? You will see like maybe a particular settlement here, and then before you see the next town, you are walking like several miles or traveling several miles. You understand? So it's different from when you have so many houses everywhere. I don't know if you understand. So now, if somewhere is like, for example, to my northeast, you understand? I'm just supposed to just go straight like this.
Yeah.
But because of the several boundaries, several blockades that I have,
I cannot be satisfied until I found my way to your house using the compass. Okay. So just give me a straight answer. If I find my way around and I find my way somewhere and I say, let me just turn left a couple times because when I was first here, and I set it back to true north and I have that degree, if I'm not at your house yet, if I follow that, if I say that I enter on that street now, if I follow that degree again, say 35 degrees northeast or southwest, as you said, I could still continue following that road, right? And if I find myself the other way, once I set it true north, I'm like, wait, I'm off. That 35 degrees now is facing, it will show me that, oh, you're facing.
It's facing down that way.
Yeah, it's facing down that way. So you have to follow that way, even if.
So if I was here now, and my true north is, for example, my north, you understand, is my true north now. If I move to, let's say, this angle, my true north can change. my true north can come a little bit to a little bit. I don't know if you understand. Like it might not be a serious change. Understand, but it's a change regardless. And that slight change now can,
because as you're moving forward, you get.
I know you're not moving in a straight line. Except if you're moving in a straight.
If you tilt one angle, draw a straight line here and put another one off at an angle of 0.5. The farther it goes, the farther it's so you lost in front by far. You should like that is why the readings have to be accurate. Is that fair? That's how they land spaceships and things like that and take things to the moon, because they calculate coordinates.
Well, that one is now going to astrophysics.
But then they use that kind of technology and calculation.
I mean, it's obviously, there's a particular line of thoughts that says that the future does not exist. All that exists is the past and the present. Do you know why? Because anything can happen in the future. We don't know what the future holds. So we cannot quantify something that hasn't happened yet. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah.
The only thing we can quantify is the past and what is happening right now.
Okay.
And those are the two variables that we can use to determine or give a clue or an insight onto what is going to happen in the future, or to make readings, or to make projections, or to plan, like I have said, which is why data is very, very, very important.
So, what do you know about how maps are formed? And I don't mean Google Maps, I mean the olden day maps. What do you know about how they managed to get such things done when there was no satellite technology?
Like anything else. Like anything else that was recorded, people went to certain places and recorded images and information about the place. They are cartographers. Those are people that make maps. That's their name, cartographers. Now, cartographers know how to make maps. They know how to measure distance. They know how to draw a particular location, how to do all of that, how to do the curves, how to do the contours,
Scale it,
all of that.
scale it down.
You understand? So these cartographers have existed throughout time. They didn't just start yesterday.
Did an old professional. Could I find a cartographer today?
Just now, definitely.
I'd like to be a cartographer.